Here's a quick and easy way to make your clients happy and your projects more fun and engaging. Easter eggs. My name is Pat Bradley. My company is SpringShoe Animation and Illustration. And for those who don't know, I'm not talking about eggs or Easter. I'm talking about the fun little details that you can add to your animation or illustration to make it more fun, to make it more humorous, to make it more personal. And there are a ton of different ways you can do this. But here are 4, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. The first is to simply throw in some fun details, which is something that's fairly easy to do in animation and probably a lot more difficult in film production. We'll start with the opening scene from The Switch. And let me just back this up. So right here, I added this absurd watch your head sign because anyone who's been to the ancient Egypt Hall knows the entranceway is about 12 feet tall. I also included a portrait of my wonderful mother pushing a vacuum through the exhibit because that was an ongoing joke in our family. Because I love absurdity, I added this fictional little Lake County Till Museum to this animation about glaciers. Nerdy little jokes like dino bubbles or paleo conditioner in this scene of Sue Needs a Bath. And since this one was about a soccer coach, I included as many soccer balls as I could throughout the story. So anytime you have text or a picture hanging in the background, there's an opportunity to fill it with something fun. Many of these may not even be seen by the general public, but hopefully the staff that you're working with will appreciate them.
More mummies, more elephants behind the scenes.
And there's one you might have missed. I love the idea of the Lost Ark being somewhere in the field museum storage. What's even better is when you can make the Easter eggs personal. One thing I remember about Bill Stanley was when he was at the dissecting table, his lunch was always within arm's reach, and he always seemed to have a Coke nearby as well. So we tried to include all these personal items in these shots. And anyone who worked at the Field Museum might recognize this cart with a cooler and a money jar, which was wheeled out every Friday at 4:30 for happy hour. Another idea is to just include a caricature of some of the staff who hired you.
Can't go nowhere without someone pulling a pistol around here.
Or maybe just include their name somewhere in the background. Maybe throw some of their family members in the shot.
They can write something.
Or maybe just parts of their email address. Stuff only they would recognize.
The reader's experience has recently changed.
In these illustrations for the book Quotes on a Fridge, I included not-so-hidden portraits of Nick and Brianna's many animals.
Check out the video description for a link to Quotes on a Fridge.
And Greg's dog, Scully, also made the cut in one of the pages of the Canopy Career Chronicles. I realize that some of these are not very subtle or hidden the way you think of an Easter egg, but they're personal and they don't distract from the story. Your signature. And there are times when you can actually throw yourself into your work, like this shot in Growing Up in Lake County. Or this page from the Canopy Career Chronicles.
The Canopy Career Chronicles are on sale from the Morton Arboretum. Check the video description for a link.
The real thing.
Or some of your old college artwork might end up in the Art Institute of Chicago. Because when else is your work going to be able to hang with an Edward Hopper? But honestly, this was less for my ego and more that it was just convenient to throw my own artwork into this shot. Repeated elements. But maybe something more engaging for the audience would be a repeated element, such as this cat, who appears in many of these shots and in this Lake County animation series. Or the cow that appears in each page of Little Joe Chickapig.
A link to Little Joe Chickapig is also in the description below.
Went on to seek their fortune in the far west.
This video about migration from the Dunn Museum includes this shot, which pays homage to some of my very first animations.
Eureka!
In fact, whenever a paleontologist discovers something in one of my animations, they're contractually obligated to say, Eureka!
Eureka!
Several bones from this.
Warning, number 1.
Common sense should tell you that Easter eggs are not for every client or every project. And when you're dealing with more serious subject matter, like this animation about ancient Peruvian burial culture, even though there's plenty of opportunities to throw in Easter eggs, it would be completely inappropriate. I've heard stories from other studios about animators throwing in their own inappropriate Easter eggs and getting fired for it. So again, common sense. I would also suggest leaving the Easter eggs until the end of the production, because you don't want to give the client the impression that you're focusing on the insignificant details and ignoring the main message.
Warning number 2.
But sometimes the opposite can happen. There have been times when I've had to be the one to focus the team I'm working for to stay on target. Including Easter eggs can sometimes cause a chain reaction where people suddenly realize all the possibilities of things you can do in animation, and they'll make suggestions for comedy and tangents and lose sight of the original intention of the project. So sometimes your job may include tactfully steering people back on track, but at least you know they're involved in the project. In putting together this video, I realized that I should be putting more Easter eggs in my work, just because those little details, those little treasures, the personal touches keep you more engaged in your work, and when that happens, you get a better product. So that's it for this one. I tried to make it shorter than the others. Please let me know any comments you have, any ideas you have, like, subscribe, and thank you so much for watching.